Welcome to Sail Hating Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about Dark Souls 3. It's a really good game. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right off the bat. It looks very nice. It's a Dark Souls game, in those respects. Yeah, I mean, it's Dark Souls. There's not, who doesn't know what Dark Souls is? I really can't tell you the basics because everybody knows what Dark Souls is. So I'm really going to talk more about the specifics of the game. If you want the basics, just play it. Just seriously, just play it. I might get distracted because I'm, playing the game too. I'm not that good so I can completely focus. But anyway, let's get on with this. So again, game looks great, but right away, one of the downsides of that is this game does not run that well. It runs really good at, I think I'm running this at 1440 right now. It runs pretty good at that, and I have like everything on it, anti-aliasing on and all that shit, and it still runs fine, which is kind of odd, because as soon as it gets bumped up to 4K, even with everything on low and completely off, it runs like just absolute shit. That's a little weird. I mean, I guess I'm only using a single GTX 980, but it's still, most games run fine at 4K with everything off like that, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, but it's alright. Oh. Shout out to Dank Hill. The level design in this game is really nice. I actually really like it. It seems a little more narrow to me than Dark Souls 2 was, in my opinion. It seems a little more narrow. I don't know, but I like it. It works. It's a very good experience. The paths that you do end up going down are just, none of them are too empty or like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. There's always something. There's always something. Like this guy. He helps me anytime. Oh, okay, I already talked to you. Cool. I gotta go help Sigurd with the big flame giant or whatever. So let's see, right up here we got the big, this one, the old demons, it's the big flame demon. Oh yeah, obviously there might be spoilers, because I'm just going to talk about my experience with the game. I think this is New Game Plus 2, or New Game Plus 2, whatever, New Game Plus Plus, there we go, that's what it's called. Okay, let's see, so yeah, he's going to tell me to think twice. Yeah, you got to use your head and think. Oh, I don't think I have any arrows. I think TG shot all my arrows when he was fucking around on my account. I apologize if my menu operation is sloppy. I actually am using a Steam controller on this. Just got that, so we're trying that too. So the weapon variety in this game, there's a good amount of weapons, but they're all kind of shitty. None of them are really that interesting to use. They're like, oh, we added weapon arts, but weapon arts were already kind of in Dark Souls, with Dark Souls 2 having certain weapons that just had special abilities. It was just kind of a thing. And with every weapon having a weapon art, like, they're just copy pastas, and I'd just rather there be nothing as opposed to copy pastas. And that really just kind of takes away from the game. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to get this guy. Same thing with the crafting, how they did the infusions. Now there's like 10 different... I don't know how to bow. How do you bow? How do you do that? I have arrows. Are these great arrows? Oh, those are just lightning arrows. Okay, they're dragon slayers, so I thought they were great arrows. Do I have great arrows? I have Oni slayers. This guy's a demon, right? Okay. This should work, right? Oh, okay, yeah, it works. Alright. So yeah, like with the infusions, there's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of the same. It's just kind of, I guess there's higher and lower tiers or whatever, but the whole thing seems unnecessary. You can't buff the climber anymore. I guess that position kind of annoying. I need to kind of aim with this control check. I'm awful at this. Jesus. Alright, let me just unequip that real quick. I'm sure he'll be fine. Alright. Another thing I really don't care for is how the NPCs work in this game is kind of like, as a whole. I don't like how, like, Will dies. I guess you can still buy his stuff. I don't know, it's kind of weird. You can accidentally miss something if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Like, you gotta have an optimized run, which is not something like that. Oh, I've never seen him do that before. That was cool. Do it again. Stop it. No. Ow. Shit. It really wrecks you. I never died to him before. I guess we'll see what happens. I do like all the scenarios this game has, like the paths are very good. I don't know, but I still feel like it's more linear. I truly do. I feel like there's just not as much to do as Dark Souls 2. But that is another thing. I feel like Dark Souls 2 is much more of a parody to Dark Souls, but like in a complete, like in the best possible way. It was very goofy and like it seemed to me much more like a fuck around type game, especially with like the hexes like climax, which is just take all your souls and deal like 4,000 damage, assuming you had a million souls or whatever. So that was pretty cool. Ow, I got knocked. I feel like the AI is kind of weird in this game too. I have a clip I'll probably put up when as I'm discussing this, where I was just standing there and the AI just wasn't doing anything at all, just staring at me, and I was like, oh hey, what's up? I waved at him, and then he killed me, and I was like, what? It's very odd. Oh, I could have taken that. I thought it was the wrong one. Shit. That's no good. Oh, and of course the wind. Great idea. Drink. I feel like the swigging system's a little different too. I feel like you can't take 2 swigs as easily. I feel like this game it doesn't eat your input, but it like buffers it, I want to say, a lot. But it definitely eats your swig input. And then we get another swig and it just doesn't register your swig. It's a little weird. I don't know. This game's just, it's a little off in some ways, I feel. I probably should have gone offline. I don't know how to use the big picture at all. It's like the worst thing ever. That's fine. I feel like mimics were overused. Just going straight to another random thing here. Mimics were definitely overused. In like in Dark Souls 2, there's like 3 or 4, and I feel like that's not enough. But in the original Dark Souls, there was like, well, I want to say like 6 or 7. There's a few more than that, I think. But in here, it's like every other chest is a mimic. It's just like, oh yeah, a mimic, of course. I don't know. It's this game just did a few things a little weird. It by no means ruins the game. It's an amazing game. We're gonna play this game for quite a while. It's just I'm always gonna be reminded of those things. And one of the biggest gripes I had actually was some of the areas rely on invading too much, like the Aldrich. Is it this deep area? I forgot what it's called. You're in the Aldrich Faithful invasion thing. Like that entire area, if you just go in offline, you can just walk it. No challenge. It just relies too heavily on people invading you. It's a little weird. I don't know. In the Farron Keep, I did that offline because I was sharing the game with my friends because someone couldn't buy it. So it's like, oh here, I'll just share it with you and I'll go offline. You can play it, whatever, no biggie. And I just walked the area and people were like, yeah, the area's so hard. I was like, really? I was like, yeah, I got invaded. No. Didn't even get invaded there. Damn, I guess you can get raided anywhere, but it's the places with the covenants that really just, it's just too much. Just too much. I love you, Seaward. You're a beautiful person. You're a fucking amazing person. I don't know if I already went over the first boss that I like him. He's really good. He teaches you everything about a Souls game, how to dodge, how to react, the fact that, you want to stay a good distance from your opponent, but also be close enough to strike, It's like Smash Bros, he's got to be able to punish those thrown out smashes. He's got to get in there. But, that's just my bad note. Oh, a huge gripe about this game is that there's no hexes at all. There's nothing, like, come on, there's dark spells or some bullshit like this. It's like, ooh, it's dark magic. It's like, no, it's really not. It's just a spell. But that's alright. I don't know. I get that, like, Miyazaki, I guess his name is. Sorry, I don't exactly remember. The creator of Dark Souls 1 didn't even work on Dark Souls 2. And so that's why they're drastically different or whatever. But it just seems really different in kind of not for the worst, but some of the things that are different can be changed. And they should have kept the Dark Souls 2. Like, I get that he didn't work on them. But, they were good. I like the infusion system. I like being able to infuse the, like, legendary weapons, or whatever you want to call them, the boss soul weapons. And this has all these crazy effects. Ow. Face and body. It really just dragged you down. Ah, couldn't roll. I feel like the hit stun's a little increased too. Or poise doesn't matter. That's what it was. That's what people have been complaining. Is poise. That's something I've been seeing. Is poise isn't really like there anymore. I don't know. There was someone did a video on it. I'll see if I can find it and link it in the description. Where it's I don't remember the video. The poise just isn't as effective as it used to be. Pretty much. It's like the Wolf Ring gives you like 10 poise, which is like a pretty good amount. Like, I mean, maybe I could equip that since I have. I don't know. It's whatever. This game's just, it's different. It's really different, and I also didn't expect it to be this different, and so it kind of threw me off. It's a very good game though. So, you know, I would not say it's a bad game. It's just that some of the things kind of like, eh. And honestly, like, if they really wanted to, they could fix a lot of the problems with an update. I guess that would kind of change the structure of the game. But, I mean, oh well. Okay. To be honest. I guess other people that really like how the game is now probably change drastically midway through, or, you know, like that. It's not early access or anything like that. Oh, another issue I have is that when I go to my video settings, the menu lags like a motherfucker. So much that it will actually kick me from the online accessibility of like, oh, you're lagging, gotta get out. I'm like, what? It's your fucking menu. It's shitty. But that's okay. I can deal with that. That seems to be a pretty popular thing in games nowadays, with the culling doing that and stuff. But it's not the worst. It's just annoying to have to like tweak the settings, get kicked out, go to the menu. It's the whole process. It's just it's too much. It's too much, you know. Yeah. So I that's really all I have to say. Again, I'm just to go over everything real quick. Game looks great. It feels great. It's a Dark Souls game, you know, the rolling's great. I'm using a Steam controller I just started, and it feels great on the Steam controller. It feels wonderful. But the meat is just kind of a little less good, I would honestly say, compared to Dark Souls 2. Wait, this is an optional area. Why am I even coming back here? God damn it. Oh, well, whatever. Like, Dark Souls 2 had, like, more... it was just more silly. That's really it. It was just more silly. You know, with hexes and all the crazy effects of armor, like no backstab. Like, I don't think that's even in here. The armor sets definitely aren't as good in this game. You know, same with the weapon sets. Like, it's definitely still Fashion Souls, but not as much. Like, I think I have a fair bit of the equipment. Not a good amount. I definitely don't have everything, but I probably have like more than 50% of all the gear. I would like to say. Here's all the weapons I have. I try to sell most of the doubles, but I forget to do that sometimes. So I've tested almost every weapon, and like, there's just so much copy pasta, man. There's just so much. Come on, man. But yeah, I don't know. Great game. Too many mimics. The spike system's different. It feels more linear to me. There's a few dead ends here and there, which is fine. You know, FromSoft's never been like, I'm gonna reward you for everything. They're like, hey, fuck you, buddy. So that's fine. Yeah. That's really it. I'm probably just gonna make like another video on this. I'm probably just gonna be playing it because I actually have a recording of TG playing it. So this has just been like a rambling about Dark Souls. If you agree, you know, I appreciate that because, you know, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore at this point. So if you can keep track of my rambling, you got something going for you. Yeah, I think that's everything. Runs bad. Enemy varieties, I didn't really go over the enemy variety, but enemy variety is kind of iffy. But, you know, that's not as important. Yeah. That's really it. Thanks for watching. Yeah. If you have any game recommendations, I'm getting really distracted. If you have any game recommendations, please leave them in the comments. If you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike, because I get way too distracted, and this video structure is not okay. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Sail Heighten.